gentlemen, welcome to episode 23 of the Homerow podcast.
Joe never knows.
No, I don't.
I usually don't. I don't know. Just these past couple, I've been on the ball.
I'm so happy you said that because I really hope this is episode 22. And then I get to highlight you saying I'm really on the ball. And then flash a big 22 on the side. Anyway, this is the Homerow podcast. I am your host, Joe, joined by my ever lovely co-hosts. First, we've got Doxy.
Hi.
Good one. As well as Quiglin.
Hey.
And our very, very special guest. We are so blessed to have him. Hashtag blessed. I hate that fucking hashtag. Anyway, it's CKD.
Hashtag true facts.
So, it's December.
Hashtag December.
Hashtag December. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag no news December.
Hashtag YOLO.
Hashtag no news.
Hashtag thin privilege.
Oh, God.
Was that too far? Should I not have said that?
I'm just thinking of how I'm going to tag this episode, and that's a lot of tags. Oh, it's so much work.
Never enough tags.
Hashtag.
Not enough tags. Hashtag.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
At least we're starting off on a good foot. So there isn't a ton of news. There's a couple of things here and there, but nothing that really shook the industry or was important. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to say that and something awesome happens right now. But
Yeah.
what we're going to do is we're going to take our time. We're going to talk about the games we have been playing because in the event of, or as we learned from Doxy a few minutes ago, she said she played nothing and lied to our faces.
I straight up did. I did that.
Right on the ball.
That is
Right
the
on the
thing
ball
that
for every
happens.
time.
Yeah, we've been on the phone for 3 hours trying to build the trust back. It's not there, but it's on the way. It's on the way.
Baby steps.
So,
Make
with,
no one
You're
eat.
gonna
just
hide and
felt
scare me.
No one caught me.
Also, if we run out of time, we can describe our butts in great detail.
our butts
I have a lot to say on that subject.
in vivid.
I own a lot of
vivid
mirrors.
Never mind. Anyway, so to terribly segue right back into this, Doxy, what have you been playing?
Okay, so I finally tried Battlefront, and I only got like an hour and a half with it, but it was a very fun hour and a half. I had a lot of fun. Okay, so first things first, I want to say that they do not tutorialize things very well, which is kind of okay because you can figure it out relatively easy. It took a little bit of getting used to the controls because it seemed like everything was a trigger. Like you couldn't do much with face buttons, really. Which I'm not really used to in a shooter. Like usually those do important things, but like with this game, you don't need to reload, and like there's all kinds of weird little nuances. But I really liked it. The first thing that I did was play through all of the like tutorial missions, and it was fun. It made me want to watch Star Wars really bad, so I'm gonna be doing that soon, and it made me really excited for the new movie that's coming up, and I just had tons and tons of fun. It was really fun. Like there was a lot of old mechanics but set in the Star Wars universe that like kind of brought new life to them, I guess. It felt really good. It definitely, the atmosphere was perfect. And then I played a little bit of multiplayer, and it turned out that I was using like the weakest gun that you could possibly use, but I still ended up being number 2 on my first time, like number 2 on the
Nice.
team. I felt really good about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Battlefront is fun. I'm definitely gonna pick that up once I have the capital to pick it up.
Awesome. So, CKD, did you play any Battlefront?
No.
No? Okay.
I played a little bit of one of the older ones, and that was about it.
All right. So Brian and I have played quite a bit, right? Brian, fair to say?
Yeah. I would say yes.
Brian, when do you think Doxy's going to hit that point with Battlefront where it's just kind of, what next?
I did
About
hate
10
one of the
minutes from now?
maps, one of the fucking 4 maps.
Oh, so it's gonna be soon.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
hate a quarter of the content in
Yeah.
the game, it might be sooner than later. This is not meant to discourage you. It's just I noticed that when I was
Right.
playing, that there was that certain, and I think I've talked about it with like Hardline. I was wondering when that moment was coming because it always inevitably comes in any multiplayer-focused game when put the disc back in the case, close the case, goes on the shelf. Maybe I'll get back to Brian Freeze. Is that one? He wasn't even talking that time.
He
You
just
have to
looks
hold
like
up a
he's
finger,
listening really
CKD.
hard.
It's the game. Every time he freezes,
It's one shot.
that's number 1. Next time it's 2.
Oh man, we should really play that game sometime during a. Oh,
Take
man.
shots?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
So
I
anyway,
mean,
this,
I could do that right now.
now that I'm the only
I
one
don't
that,
have any liquor.
that has a
Yeah.
ton of time in Battlefront, I don't know. I still think Battlefront is an awesome game in certain respects. So this isn't meant to dissuade you in any way from the game because it is fucking awesome. And like I said, I think on the last episode, must have been, the music is incredible. The sound is awesome.
Uh-huh.
Like you just
Yeah.
turn that game up and get jacked up.
It is a goddamn travesty that there's no campaign for that game.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
goddamn travesty.
Even something small would have been like cool.
Like
Did-
4 hours. 4
Yeah.
hours would have been fine.
any story would have been fine.
Something that you can one shot in
Um,
like a marathon night.
With as few maps as there are, though, it seems like they were already kind of stretching what they had thin. So putting resources onto making a campaign probably wouldn't have been a great idea, right?
Yeah, I think.
So postpone the release.
Yeah, but they got the movie. Like you can't not.
Yeah.
You're not gonna piss Disney
After the
off by
movie
not-
comes out, the game is gonna sell still. Like I'm just saying, like
Right.
y-
Yeah,
it
but after the
probably
movie
would've been
comes out, the game is
smarter.
going to sell like season pass kind of stuff. It's going to make all kinds of extra money.
Oh no.
Brian is gone.
Oh
he
no.
he didn't like what you were saying. He was sick of this conversation.
Here, let's see. If
I wish you could see my fucking underlay right now.
I switched mine to CKD is now Brian.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess that's what's gonna happen
Oh,
here.
my
too.
sciatica.
Sit there, sleepy. Oh, I can't imagine. Like, hashtag blessed for not having a bad back.
Is it working? It's just not working.
What was I gonna say? But how beautiful is the game?
It's gorgeous. Oh my
Right?
god, it's the sexiest thing I've ever
I
seen.
think it's one of the best looking games
real,
I've
real
played this
good
year.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not believe that I was playing on a console. I
Right?
couldn't
Have you-
believe it.
Have you seen any of the screenshots of people using like the shader injectors or things like that? People that mod the graphics.
Yeah, on the PC.
And it looks straight up like real life.
Yeah, it's terrifying that the visuals are that good, and it makes me wonder. I think they only had like 2 years to work on this game, and that's what makes me wonder if they're just like, okay, fuck it, multiplayer only. We're gonna make it look really, really pretty, and then we're just gonna hope for the best. We're gonna put authentic sounds and stuff in there, because sound you can probably rip from the old movies and just enhance, right?
Yeah.
Whereas coming up with a story, to your point, like that would take resources and take writers and take a lot more time to kind of once through, then again, first draft and
Yeah.
refine it and make it a good experience. But I still think like even something like in the older games they had Galactic Conquest, where it was super simple strategy, just barely like really thinly layered over this game. You were just playing multiplayer with bots, but it was you get to pick which route you want to take through the solar system. You can take this planet, and then getting that will give you a bonus on the next map, or you can blow planets up altogether, and then they don't factor into the overall equation. And I used to play that with friends for days, and it just Battlefront hits this certain point where it's just like you're doing the same thing again. But to Brian's point last week was the moment-to-moment gameplay of it. Like once you're out of in the menu, you're like, all right, well, this is kind of boring. But then you get in the game and you're like, holy shit, this is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get back in the menu and you're like, yeah, but I'm playing the same map. But then you're back in the map and you're like, oh, fuck it, this is really fun.
Like,
So-
I don't even care.
Okay,
Yeah.
story time. So we went over to our friend Chaos's house to install a fan in his computer. Me and Mike
It's his
did.
Christian name.
And yeah, his name is also Brian, and that's just confusing. So Chaos it is. So anyway, we went to his house, and I had nothing to do. Like I helped for a little bit with the computer, and then it was like a one-man job. So we decided it was time for beers and video games, and he only had one controller, so he was just like, "Here, you play Battlefront." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll do that." And so I was playing it, and then we needed to go to Walmart to get a screw or something for the PC build, and I was just like, okay. Like, I didn't want to stop. I did not want to stop playing. And the entire time that we were gone, all I could think about was getting back to play more Battlefront. So, like, it got its hooks in really effectively and quickly.
Mm-hmm.
It was too fun. It was like too fun. Like, I want to play it right now.
It's a good game.
Actually, I'm out of here. Deuces. I'm gonna go.
But that's the problem I was having last week. Like I'm just so conflicted with it because it is like has a lot of things going for it, but then there's just something under the surface that's like it just doesn't have the staying power. Like something doesn't hit me in the way that it I kind of want it to. Like it doesn't have the complexity or that like hardcore and never mind. I'm not gonna try and justify the statement. It doesn't have that angle that like Battlefield does, where each weapon is extremely individual. Then you can customize it with attachments and figure out like what that loadout is. In Battlefront, it's a little more like I have a anti-vehicle hand because you have hands instead of loadouts, and then I have like a anti-personnel one, which is just grenades, and I just throw the shit out of them.
Totally.
Right bumper, left bumper. And then beyond that, like even the guns don't feel. They do have like different fire rates and power. Like I use the super slow, hard
high
hitting one.
damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love it. But beyond like 10 guns, maybe like 10 sounds like a lot, but they also don't differentiate themselves enough to really make me feel like they're awesome. Like
I don't know, man. When I switched from the weakest gun to a more powerful gun, I could fucking tell.
yeah, but do you want to change to any other gun?
I didn't get to try any besides 2. So,
Yeah.
like, I would love to try more. But, like, I don't know. I can't, like, rate guns that I haven't tried, you know?
I'm just saying, I think, like, my point was I think you'll settle into a gun. And then the other 9 that are out there, I don't even know if that's as many as there are, but the other 9 that are there, let's say, you'll have your one gun and be like, okay, this is Doxy's gun. I love this gun.
Well, I have literally thousands of hours in Black Ops, the first one.
Yeah.
So I'm not like I can replay some shooters. I have no problem playing the same thing over and over again as long as I'm fucking murking fools, you know?
Yeah. All right. Fair. I mean, I really can't
The
judge
maps.
people. I
The
played
maps is a big
fucking
problem.
Battlefield Hardline for entirely too long. That game came out in March, and I just stopped playing it like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't think that that's too terrible as long as you're playing other stuff. Like, if that, I have a shitload of hours in Binding of Isaac too, but I guess that's a different gameplay experience every time. But like, I can replay some shit that I like.
It's like it's okay if you do heroin as long as you do other stuff too. Brian's
As long as you're
computer-
a functioning member of society.
Yeah, right. I can hold a conversation, not hitting people, biting them. Brian's computer took a shit, so hopefully he. I'm hoping that doesn't mean it's in a super bad way, but hopefully we'll have him back soon. So yeah, Doxy, did you play anything else?
We played a little bit of Fallout, and it was really fun. We're playing on the hardest difficulty and doing a stealth build.
Ooh.
It's real fun.
Have you any Wasteland stories like cool vaults? I found the vault that was just sick.
We haven't found any vaults yet. We're taking our time for sure because it's the hardest difficulty.
Yeah,
so
you have to.
we die a lot. But it's
The
really
game's
fun.
harder than the older ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely.
I couldn't even imagine playing it on the hardest difficulty because I'm having enough of a time on medium
Yeah.
with a stealth build.
Yeah, I routinely get rockets to the knees. It seems like they always blow my legs off. It's really funny, but I dig it.
Game is real dang broken.
Yeah, it needs.
It's more broken than I thought, but like not enough for me to hate it.
I haven't run into a lot actually. I'm trying to think. I did my review on Xbox, but then I've been playing ever since I powered through the route that I took. I've gone back through on PC and gone a different route. Like I went. Never mind. I'm not gonna. Still too new. Still too fresh.
Went another route.
I went another route this time, and I'm kind of exploring all the factions, whereas the first time I basically picked one and stuck with it and just saw it through to the end of the game. This time I'm like checking out what the Brotherhood has going on, checking out what you meet a faction called the Railroad, making sure that the Minutemen are cool, like building up those damn things. But I don't recall ever running into anything even like shocking in the Xbox One version, and on PC I've had a few like stuck in the floor things, but nothing I guess out of the Bethesda expectation for an open world game. And CKD, you've been playing a lot too?
I've been playing it a lot, yeah. Yeah, I haven't had anything too game breaking. Most of the times I've gotten stuck or anything have just been like while I was building, so I kind of got myself stuck.
Mhm.
Nothing, nothing not expected. It's a Bethesda game. I don't know why they get that pass, but they do. When you get a
Yeah.
Bethesda game, you expect a certain amount of,
We talk
I don't
about
know.
that at length.
Yeah. There's a lack of polish you expect because I guess they're so big and full of stuff that it can't also be perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't have both.
If it were a smaller scope game, it would be inexcusable. But part of it is kind of like, well, they are giving me. I just looked at Skyrim, and the installation on PC I have is over 100 hours, whereas I know I also put a shitload of time in on 360.
Yeah.
And those games were real bad, like backwards flying dragons, and much worse than that even. So, yeah, they do kind of get a pass. I have noticed. I guess I won't say it's game breaking, but it's one of those like immersion droppers when you're building your sanctuary stuff. I was putting together walls, and if you put them on like sloped terrain, sometimes it's tough to get it to match up to the other wall, and then also not have a foot and a half of space for a dog or a raider possibly to fit under.
You're describing my life, my constant struggle.
The struggle, it is real.
Yeah.
Then I learned that you can also hold E on the PC and use the mouse wheel to go up and down when placing objects. No clue.
Another thing I learned, transcribe this for whatever control you use, because I use a controller. If you hold on your activation key, which for me is my A button, on like a group of things, it'll select the entire group instead of just a single item. So you can move entire groups of stuff around if you really want to.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah,
See?
so I think you could probably move an entire house to a different place if it's all stuck together, right?
That's super hype.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's legit. This has been your
Which got
fun
me into
today.
trouble building at the castle, because I rebuilt those walls that are broken at the castle with the cement floor, the foundation floors.
Mm-hmm.
And the castle has like built-in wiring for when you get it, it's already wired up. And I moved some of those around by mistake because my stuff was clipping into the floor and was too close, and that was a bad time. So be careful.
Yeah, I forgot that they have like conduits, right? The little like that's run all throughout. I haven't explored the castle as much as I need to. I set up.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about yet.
Oh,
You'll find it. It's a castle.
you'll see. You shall see.
Medieval times, Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I did see a really cool post on Reddit. I wish I could. I probably can bring it up to give credit to Reddit regarding photos of the real life locations, and they did a damn good job of what they could. Don't open Outlook. Granted, things are positioned like they're not true to life or true to scale, but they are like you can tell the buildings. I wonder if it's I bet it's in gaming.
Either that or PCMR, I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, CKD, any cool stories, like any quests you've run into? You would highly recommend pursuing?
The coolest thing I've seen, and it wasn't even, I'm sure you go there on a quest at some point, but I just went there because I was getting map like points explored, is on the bottom left of the map is a place called the Glowing Sea, like that whole area. And it is the first time, and I've played every Fallout game so far, like all of them. It's the first time in a Fallout game I felt like I was in a nuclear wasteland. Super cool. Don't go there without a radiation suit.
Yes.
Possibly also power armor, because there are things that will kill you if you're only in a radiation suit.
Yeah. That is, it is part of the main storyline. To get to the
that makes
Glowing Sea.
sense.
So you're essentially forced to get there at some point. You've got to follow some leads. But yeah. I tried to sprint and it didn't go very well. Like you can get the radiation suit, like keep one on you at all times, because there's also another level where you get into a nuclear reactor, and I like hit the button and it's like it basically puts you in a clean room and shuts both doors like an airlock, and then the one opens to this reactor, and as soon as the door opens, it's just like you just see like the health bar go red, and then it's game over. And I was like, wonder if I should reload a previous. And lo and behold, in the locker room, my stupid companion was like, "Oh, they did research. They must have something around here." Yeah, radiation suit, like sitting there nicely presented for me. So the post is by two tips. 2, the number spelled out, 2, the number, and then tips. Best I can do. But there's like 40-something comparison photos, and it's a super cool post. I will try to put it at least in the Shout engine. But cool to look at. They did a great job.
Oh!
Player 4 has entered the game.
Anything's possible.
Kevin Garnett back in the building. Brian, have you played?
I'm back.
Have you played any Fallout?
I have not.
Oh, well.
I'm so glad I came back in time to have absolutely nothing to say.
I was going to say, I was trying to pace it out just right because I felt like you probably would want to hear some Just Cause talk.
I do, in fact.
All right. CKD, kick us off. What do you think?
It's weird. Like it's still Just Cause, but it's slower. If that like a lot of the movement abilities are gone. Like you can't sprint. There's no dodge roll. There's no crouch. You seem to take less damage, and your health regenerates on its own now. You don't need to get health packs, because I think that was a thing in 2. But then you unlock like augments to your abilities, like your guns and your grapple and your wingsuit and stuff by doing challenges. So I'm not sure what those will add. I don't know if maybe they removed some of those things and made them abilities that you have to unlock. I think I read somewhere that downside aiming is one of those, because that's gone too. It's weird, but it's still Just Cause and it's still fun. So, yeah, I put
Tell us about crazy things that have happened.
Crazy things that have happened. Everything explodes all the time, all the time.
My kind of game.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of my experience with Fallout 4. Actually, I'll go into a place and try to tackle it the way I always have in the past, my whole time playing Just Cause 2. But this time, if you hide, enemies just start chucking grenades at you. So you can't hide because you'll explode and die.
I have noticed they have cannons on them too, because I was on top of a building and I heard somebody yell grenade, thought there was no possible way it would come up to the roof I was on, and then this little baseball thing just starts rolling down the tiles. Mother.
You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm not crazy. I didn't know that movement stuff had been removed, especially the dodge roll. Like I was trying to mash a bunch of buttons. I'm trying to play it on controller through the PC because I don't.
That's what I'm doing too.
I can't imagine that driving is any fun with a mouse.
I have enough trouble with it with a controller. Like it seems floaty. It's weird. There's a little lag.
Yeah.
And you can't. It takes a lot to compensate for.
Yeah, it seems a little like I am not far into it by any means, but I've done enough. Like the game tells me to do one thing, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go see what's over here and just start blowing everything up. But the few driving things I have done, I get you. It almost feels like floaty, or like even the handling is like really like walking on ice with slippers, you know, like that.
Yeah, it's weird.
It doesn't feel. It's not gonna feel like Forza. I get that, but it still feels pretty loose.
Yeah, like I.
Is it better than H1Z1 driving?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I had to
That's all
remember.
I ask,
I was gonna
man.
say I drove a Jeep once in H1Z1 and it ended very poorly.
Okay, I drove a Jeep a billion times in H1Z1, and a lot of the time it ended very poorly.
That's true.
I was like the best driver out of all of us too. So
I don't know if I agree with that, but
nobody else would ever drive because everybody was like, "Doxy, you're the best driver. You drive."
Maybe
Okay.
they were laughing at you.
Yeah, because they wanted to get rid of our Jeep. Come on, let me have this. Jeez Louise.
it's less pressure when you don't have a Jeep. You don't have to worry about the Jeep all the time. But yeah, I kind of feel the same way about the aiming. The aiming feels floatier to me too. Like a lot of the controls just seem a lot less tight than they were in 2, and it's weird to me. I'm sure those are things they can maybe tighten up with a patch, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there is some patching to be done. My Frankenstein of a rig, I kind of hinted at it earlier before the show, but I'm running an AMD, an FX 8320 processor, a 770 card, plenty of memory.
Don't mix AMD and NVIDIA. Don't do that if you ever have the opportunity to rebuild again, which I'm sure you will.
It's been
But don't do it.
fine.
Just saying.
Doxy.
It's been fine.
It honestly has been okay. Like Fallout 4 runs like a champ on near ultra settings, like very, very high. It looks gorgeous. But this, for some reason, I know it's an intense game in terms of like draw distances and stuff, especially like the first 30 minutes when you get into a helicopter and just go up. It got real choppy. I had to turn down a lot of options just to get it to run at a good frame rate. It still looks good, which is crazy. I turned down most of the options, and it still looks really good. Like texture quality low, it's fine. Like it still looks better than
Doesn't look like mud.
Yeah, it's not the textures aren't blurry and shitty, and
It's not Fallout 4 on low.
yeah, exactly. That's a great parallel. But I'm digging it.
Yeah,
I'm not very
it's
far.
run totally fine for me so far, but I have a better card. I have a 970, but a worse processor. I've got some kind of old Phenom 2. So I get a lot of choppiness, but when it's not being choppy, it's totally fine.
Do you remember when the Phenom 2 was the shit, though?
Yeah. Way back like 5 or 6 years ago. That was a thing to have.
My computer, I remember when my computer that is like half as good as my computer now was like a beast. It was like the best out of all my friends' computers, and now it is laughable.
So, Joe, I have a question for you.
What?
You said that that you didn't expect Forza, but why don't open world games do that? Why don't they just go for an engine that does well driving, as and then build into that?
Priorities, son.
Yeah, I think it's probably a lot to ask to go to I mean, this is probably taking it to the extreme to have like Forza type physics. Like there are different tire treads in Forza, so I would
Right.
That'd be insane, though.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be awesome. I would love that. But at the same time, I think GTA is a good example for an open world game. GTA 5, the cars that handle differently, like the performance vehicles, handle a lot more performance-y than like a sedan you just break into or a station wagon.
Yeah, they did a great job
Yeah.
driving in Grand Theft Auto.
And I was a fan of the driving physics in 4, and 5 is better, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I think this game in particular, like Just Cause gets, I won't say it gets a weird kind of pass, but it kind of does too, because it's almost like Saints Row, where they're just leaning in so hard to what they know the game is. Like it's about explosions. It's not necessarily about the driving. It's about like
Not only that, but I think like with Saints Row, especially like 3 and 4, it's gone away from even needing cars.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you not only do you have like the airborne vehicles, but you also have your grappling hook and your wingsuit and your parachute. So the cars are just kind of there, I feel like, as a courtesy, because it's an open world game, so you got to have cars. So I guess I get it.
Yeah.
It would be nice if the driving was better, but it really doesn't need to be unless you're collecting cars for a mission, and then you're going to hate the physics. But that's like one mission out of 5 or 6 hours you're going to play just blowing everything up.
Yeah. And there's a garage feature, which is kind of nice because I can steal a tank and put it in this garage and now it's mine. But those are the types of things where I'll get a couple vehicles I'll probably use throughout the campaign. But just like you were saying, I really use the parachute and the wingsuit. Like the wingsuit gets me there quickly. The parachute gets me there, like lets me aim. And I love that you have unlimited mines or C4 or whatever, because you can just switch to it while on the parachute and just start dropping them.
Yeah.
Fly over stuff. It's pretty good. They took a lot of hints from the mods in Just Cause 2 as well. So there's like the multiple tethers and being able to hold the left trigger. I don't remember if that was in 2, but holding the left trigger, you actually retract. So if you connect two things and hold left trigger, it'll pull them together. So you can pull down, satellite dishes or take an explosive barrel up to a guard tower. And there's a lot of room for creativity. This will be a YouTube game. Like you'll see a lot of videos, a lot of vines.
It makes me so happy when devs embrace mods. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I don't think they could go all the way with the multiplayer mod for Just Cause 2 because that thing's insane.
Yeah.
But they did take some other cool hints, like you can have any vehicle you take to your garage, you can then have delivered to you, which was part of the previous game, but it was kind of limited. And then there was the black market mod where you can just bring up a menu and all of a sudden you've got this vehicle. Just like most PC mods for open world games let you spawn whatever you want. They basically do that, except now You have a jet that drops a shipping container, and out pops a helicopter and a bunch of
I
confetti.
love that shipping container. Every time it drops, I get so happy.
And they have like confetti. Seriously, it's like an explosion like it's your birthday.
The only thing it's missing is the Viva Pinata. Yay!
That's what I was hoping for too. Or when the grunt's heads explode in Halo.
Yeah.
That's what I think of. I do it.
Oh, it's the same sound.
Yeah.
That's why it's great.
So it's a good game. I think from my performance, now that I have everything kind of tweaked, I would love to see some patches. But I think it's a good game. I mean, it's good. It's more Just Cause. I would recommend it. I would especially recommend it if it's on sale. I mean, I got it for a decent deal. But yeah, there's a lot of games. This is gonna be my chill game, like when I'm not playing Fallout, but I want to just go jump in and mess something up. It's kind of what Just Cause always was, though, right? Like that's what Just Cause 2
definitely.
was. I had a lot of hours in that stupid game. I don't think I ever beat.
I will say I have weird issues. It doesn't have things like borderless windowed, and if you put it to windowed mode, like you have to try a couple of times before you can even drag it around. So it's not. Yeah, it's really not friendly for.
It is the end of 2015. Why is everything not a borderless window?
It's really weird.
Why?
And also, if you force it to be like, I have a thing called borderless gaming that you just make it a window and use that program, and it makes it a borderless window. And so I've been relying on that plus the Windows hotkey to switch applications between monitors for most of my games that won't like save their position. But that game overrides the Windows hotkey, so I can't even do that.
Woof.
It's really weird.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not even like a gameplay thing, but that's my biggest issue with the game is that.
Huh.
It's still a good game. I want to put some more time into it before I...
Fuck developers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, well, come on now. Windows is so new that
That's true. That is true. I mean, they don't even have enough confidence in it. They're giving it away for free. Come on. That's the operating system we're talking about.
Lazy devs.
Hashtag lazy devs.
So I think that's really where I'm at. I mean, I don't have a ton of time on Just Cause. I mean, what are your general feelings, CKD? Like,
Yeah, it's good in the way that I have to say it like that. Like, it is good. I want to put more time into it before I really make any decisions on how I feel about it, but there's a lot of the small things, like the things that are missing still really confuse me. The performance, I'm sure, is going to get fixed in a patch. That's exactly the kind of thing that gets fixed first in these kind of games. So, but overall, my impression is it was totally negative at first. Then I put a couple more hours into it, and it's leaning on positive. Like, I like it, but I don't like it enough to say, I like it! And so we'll see what happens when I put some more time into it.
nice, cool. I would totally agree with everything you just said. Like, I only have maybe 2 hours into the game. I will put more time into it, and I'm sure that I will enjoy most of it.
Yeah, I think I have 3 or 4. I'm not much more into it than you are.
Yeah. Cool. Brian,
So how's Rainbow Six Siege, Joe?
I haven't even been playing it. I didn't pick it up. I didn't buy it. I didn't even have reviews hit for it yet.
I don't know.
Let's look this up. Let's see.
Do people
folks.
even want reviews for it? I don't know.
Well,
People
Does
are
anyone
super
actually
into
want
those
this game?
games, though, man. People are.
let's see. It's at a 77 on OpenCritic.
That's not terrible.
No, it's not
It's
bad.
not terrible.
Which is, okay, so here, you guys know my feelings on this game. Like, I just don't think there's value to justify. I don't want to buy the game. Like, I love Rainbow Six, and I think they are, and I love Tom Clancy games, period. Like, this is a cool concept, but it would be a cool concept if this was the multiplayer mode, and then they had a really awesome political thriller story as well. But it's literally just multiplayer, and then they threw in Terrorist Hunt. It's almost like Battlefront. I'm sure it's a great game, and I did like my time I had with it with the alpha, but they also just finished the beta a few days ago. The beta, and now the game's out. But it seems to be getting praise. Has anybody else played it?
No.
Anybody else want to?
No.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, that's right, Joe.
That's Yeah, I still don't know if I'll ever buy it. Like even if it's on sale, I just am not interested in it. Rainbow Six to me is like a more, I don't know, doesn't matter. I'm upset about it because Rainbow Six was like one of my favorite PC games. It was one of my first PC games, and you had to plan out every phase of the action, and then you had to hit F1 to do the alpha call sign so that your first team would move, and you could coordinate everything in like the coolest ways possible. And now, I think my experience was also soured by the alpha when I was playing with God knows who, with loud ass music on in the background, people yelling, like not that you have to take the game extremely tactically, but you do need help from your team, like to call out where people are. And when that happens, you win games, and it's awesome, and it feels really cool, and you feel like a tactical badass. But it doesn't happen often, in my experience. So
that's because the people treat it like a multiplayer, like just a regular multiplayer shooter, and that's not what the game is.
Yeah, it's not Call of Duty. You cannot. You go down very quickly.
Yeah.
Extremely quickly, and there are no respawns. So I don't know. That's my main problem. Is it just
it's
seems,
definitely more Counter-Strike than Call of Duty.
Yeah, definitely. And it seems like it's just it's selling itself on one game mode, and that's the 5 versus 5. And I still don't know if they ever fixed the who gives a shit about the hostage, just kill everybody, like win conditions.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's Rainbow Six Siege review after
just
playing only pre-release stuff.
It's just fun because I knew there'd be one last time I could just take Joe and I just turn the crank and then let it go and get them all.
That should be on the
excited
box.
about
It doesn't matter.
Box quote. That would be awesome. So yeah, Brian, what the hell have you been playing?
Honestly, I played some board games over Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving holiday.
I can talk about board games all day.
I played a couple recently too.
I played Monopoly. I'm serious. I played like 3 solid hours of Monopoly. But anyway.
Wow.
I hate Monopoly.
Me too. I've never had fun playing Monopoly.
I got out quick and just kept drinking.
That's how you do it.
Played it fast and loose. Anyway, I'm sorry, Brian. Continue.
No, it's totally cool. Played some Exploding Kittens, some Sentinels of the Multiverse, and One Night Ultimate Werewolf and Vampire. So those are all just fun games I mentioned on the show previously. They're all just really great games. I love playing games with people. There's something about sitting at a table and just, so the one thing I love about Werewolf is, you're sitting down at a table with a group of people and you're just, sometimes you have trade cards. You don't know what role you are. And my wife, who is a terrible liar, stone cold, just totally like she flipped over at the end. She was a werewolf and it was just like, oh my God, she just lied to us. It's amazing. The only time you're like, my wife lied to me. I'm so proud of her.
Teaches you life skills.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect.
Yeah. It was so fantastic. It was like her and like 2 13-year-olds, and they just completely schooled us in this game, and it was fantastic. Oh man.
He's like,
anyway, it was a lot of fun.
seconds
Had a lot of
behind.
good time. Yeah, I'm just laughing at the numbers. Other than that, I've just been playing Sword Art Online Lost Song, and I'm hoping to get that review finalized so I can stop playing the game.
I see that you have not died in the game yet.
Yeah, no, I do not die in that game at all. You're talking about Sword Art Online, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
you die
no,
in the game, you die in real life, right?
Yes, no, actually, technically, they're past that.
Oh, okay.
And they've retconned a bunch of stuff, like the story. So now the story in the game is different from that in the anime. So it doesn't really make any sense at all, but it's fine.
So now when you die in the game, you die in your Skype call?
Yeah. Yes, that's how it. Sometimes I wish that would happen, or at least that Skype would die. If Skype would die, that would be nice.
It's, could happen soon.
Discord, man, please
Discord
work on
did stuff.
video.
Just gonna say,
please work on video.
At Discord
Yeah.
app, we will jump ship quick.
Yeah.
So Brian, I want to address your attitude towards the game because the general
this-
feeling of what?
Nothing.
I wanna
Go.
address
There
your
was a lot of
attitude.
joy in your voice when you were explaining yourself just now. It was like a giddiness about you.
Yeah. So especially the part where you're saying that you want to finish the review so you can stop playing the game. I would assume that means it hasn't gotten much better.
Game of the year.
Game of yesterday.
No, it's not even the game of yesterday. It's the only game I played yesterday, and it's not the game of yesterday.
Oh
Ooh.
The game of yesterday was when you stopped playing.
Yeah. So like it just the enemies are always the same. Everybody is always the same. The story is not really good. I mean, there's one part that I like, and that's the flying, because the flying is really good. Not often do you have a game where you personally can fly, stop in midair, and fight something that's in front of you, and the game actually is pretty gentle on you as opposed to where the hitbox is on the enemy. It's great. That part is fantastic, and the rest of the game is just boring. Well, not boring. It's just not something I want to put more time into when I have Fallout 4 sitting there.
Right.
And a bunch of other games that I want to go back to. So,
Understandable.
yeah.
So
It's just one of those games. It's a little disappointing. That's all.
So is it safe to say that once you're done with this, it's back to Fallout, and then you have Gears coming, right?
I have Gears coming tomorrow.
Nice.
So
Jelly,
you and
jelly,
I,
jelly.
We're gonna co-op that campaign.
me and
All
the Joe, we're
Nathan
gonna co-op.
Fillion-y goodness.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to do this.
I can't wait to play that game again. Just this
Has-
stupid
Hashtag my body's ready.
hashtag come on. That's the best use of come on in a video game. You guys remember? Marcus
Oh.
Phoenix screaming, "Come on!"
Oh yeah,
when you
yeah,
fuck
yes,
up the reload.
yes, yes.
Uh,
So good,
I forgot how much I enjoyed that game.
Right?
so good.
I didn't
So
Gears
think I
good.
1 was
wanted
so
this.
good.
Gears 3 was one of the prettiest things I had ever seen in my life.
I didn't get to
too,
play
at the
more
time.
than I didn't get to play more than about 45 minutes of Gears 3.
Ah,
Okay,
you
so
gotta get back to that.
let's have a quick conversation. We're gonna take a quick break from Brian. Did you play anything else?
No.
Okay. Quick aside. We're not gonna. I was gonna say we might edit this back into the earlier. I don't edit this show. How or are you guys excited for Gears 4 after seeing what you've seen? If you've seen anything from E3, they played a quick video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Cool.
I'm never gonna not be excited about a Gears of War game, to be honest. Fucking big, muscly men fucking chainsawing people to death with a fucking, and a shotgun, just gibs, and I want it in my face forever.
It's everything you could want.
Gears of Resident Evil. I
What?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't want Gears of Resident Evil. Isn't that what? Are we talking about like the E3 trailer where it was all like weird and creepy and?
Yeah. So that's kind of
Yeah.
what I
It
was
was
getting
totally Gears. It was not Resident Evil. You're
There were dark,
crazy.
creepy parts in the old ones too, like the
Yeah,
whole part with the
dude.
lambents
Really?
in the first one was
Yeah,
dark and creepy.
definitely.
at. That's what I'm.
This will be my
kinda-
first experience playing with Joe. That'll be my first Gears experience.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's it's not new for the series. It's never
Yeah.
been the focus, but there have been aspects of that in the past.
Oh,
Okay, do me a favor,
I just-
Quig.
it's just-
Do
yeah.
me a favor. Before you play with Joe, run to GameStop, pick up Gears 2 for like $10 and just play a little bit of it. Like Gears 2 is probably like the defining game of the
It's the
Gears
Empire Strikes
series.
Back of the original
yeah,
trilogy.
for sure. So I highly encourage you to at least check that out a little bit.
Yeah, it's what's the little things? I can't remember their name.
The flying robot?
No, the little. They're like the little. They're called the Locust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are like the little explodey ones. The first
The
time.
wretches, the lambent wretches. Is that what they were called?
Is that them? They're like these little
I'm
like
almost
crab
positive.
things.
I
that,
don't
like,
remember. I know
Oh,
that they like run at you and explode, and they're very easy to kill.
Oh.
But the first time you run into them is super creepy.
yeah, it's awful.
And in like
I think those are the
like, a
wretches.
downtown.
I can't remember.
No,
I
It's been a
want
long
to
time,
say
man.
I wish Mark
Speeders,
was
but
here.
that is Doug Funny's
Oh,
friend.
that kind of sounds fucking right though too. I don't know.
Nah, I'm looking it up. It's too late now.
Okay.
This is the future we chose.
Yeah, this is where we are now. This is
This
a
is life.
whole day.
This is what I would have paged back to the last page where it told me I could go to someplace else. I would have gone back to that instead of this.
Oh man, the boomers. Boom. Those guys are awesome. I can't wait to play this fucking game.
I'm so fucking jealous. You have no idea.
I can't wait to
Man,
play this game from what?
You're making me sad now because I wasn't excited. I haven't seen the trailer. I don't own an Xbox,
Oh,
but now I'm
go
remembering
watch
how much
it.
I love Gears. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to get excited for a thing I'm never going to get to play.
What's
I'm going to get
Go
to
out
play
and
it
buy an
if you
Xbox
get it and I
One.
come visit you. That's it.
You know what's really funny is Gears is such a, like, when you think about it, like if you take a high level overview or somebody were to explain Gears of War to somebody that's never heard of Gears of War, they'd say that sounds fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But you
yeah.
Some of
play
the
the
best
game.
things are like
That's
that.
why I've
Yeah.
never played it, because it always sounded fucking stupid.
I mean, you explain like Fallout to somebody and you're like, yeah, it's like the 50s, but it's the future, but also, you know, there's like nuclear war. People like that. What?
Yeah. They're zombies, but like not really. They're called ghouls, and then some of them can talk and call you smooth skin. Uh,
Okay.
you know what?
Some
Forget
people
it.
transform into a cat.
Sorry.
You're fine.
They're not elites.
Yeah,
Doxy
I
Anderson
just,
Animals that
Tower.
I lived in.
all I've ever
a
seen
cat.
of
They're wretches.
Gears of War
They're
is
wretches.
They are wretches?
Called
Okay.
it.
Good call. Good work.
Well done,
just
sir.
giant dude broing it up. So I've never really wanted to play this game.
Oh,
It's good.
so
Oh
fun.
man.
It was the thing that made everybody quit Halo for a while.
Yeah,
And Halo was a juggernaut.
yeah. It was the fucking first-person shooter.
Does anybody watch the final Bossman?
No.
Okay. Well,
That
it's
is-
on Game Trailers. Kyle Bossman has a pretty good show. And there was one about Gears of War, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard, but I'm not going to reenact it now because it's not going to make any sense.
Oh.
Okay.
But cool. I wanted to see if everybody was kind of excited because I think I was over Gears, especially for like Judgment. I didn't care. I think it was
Yeah.
way
Yeah, I
over
didn't even
Judgment.
pay
I played
any
Judgment,
attention.
and I played all the way through Judgment with a friend of mine, and I don't remember any of it.
I think part of the way through 3, I was kind of the same thing. Like, I think I'm kind of over this, but now
I
I'm
loved
like
3.
ready to get right back in.
I loved 3. I loved it.
Cool.
I did not like multiplayer in it, but the campaign was solid.
I never got into multiplayer for Gears.
Oh, dude.
I didn't. I played Horde mode a lot in 2. That was the
Yeah.
most
That was
multiplayer
awesome.
I did.
That was in 3.
It was in
that
2
was-
also.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't remember
'Cause
playing
I played
in
it,
2.
and I
remember
didn't play
playing it in 3.
Yeah.
It was in 3 also, but they created it for 2.
Was that the first like big game with Horde mode?
It might have been.
Yes.
It was the thing that
Left
made
4
everybody
Dead?
start using it.
Hello? Left 4 Dead had horde mode.
Did it?
Was it the same?
It was survival mode, but yeah, basically.
Were you locked down in one place and
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't remember survival mode. I only remembered playing through the quote unquote campaigns, the movies,
Mhm.
which was awesome. Left 4 Dead.
Left
3,
four
But even
Dead
if
is-
Left 4 Dead,
Left 4 Dead is one of my 10 out of 10 games. Also.
even if Left 4 Dead had it, Left 4 Dead I don't think was the game that made everybody start using it because Gears did it and everybody was like, dude, Horde mode is so good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think they probably
the
just
survival
took-
mode was a little lackluster in Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, so they probably took that
was fun
idea,
the
polished
first
it,
time.
and okay.
Oh, horde mode. The term horde mode was invented by Gears of War 2, so the term probably.
Ah,
Yeah, we're all right. Anyway, we don't have to.
Everything's
this
fine
one.
all the time.
We all get ribbons. CKD, have you been playing anything else?
Oh, okay. I played through Undertale day before yesterday. I played through the whole thing in one sitting, and dude, that was a good game.
Yeah.
Oh.
great
I
game.
didn't expect much. I expected just kind of like a lighthearted thing. I already knew about like the quirks of like how to play the game and like how there's different paths through the game. And I was just like, oh, whatever, I'll do all the things and it'll be fine. So I went through without killing anybody, thinking it was gonna get me the pacifist thing, but I guess you have to beat it once to even unlock that path. So I did that and I reloaded and did the pacifist stuff, and by the end of it, I was the happiest I've been in a long time. Like, that game on pacifist is designed to make you so happy.
It's a feel-good game.
It
in a
really
big
is.
way, yeah.
And like I had intended to do that and then replay the whole thing murdering everything and do the genocide route. And I don't want to do that now. And I didn't see that happen. I normally don't care, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it now.
Aw.
And the theme for the last boss is one of the best pieces of video game music I've heard in a long, long time. So good. I've been listening to it over and over again. I want to buy the soundtrack now.
Is it better than that nighttime song from Skyrim? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't
No?
remember it now.
Nobody?
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I know
it
what
was
you're
my
talking
ringtone
about.
for a
but I
long
think-
time. It's the prettiest. It's the prettiest.
I don't
So
know. I
pretty.
think the original Hotline Miami soundtrack beats Skyrim for me. I like
Also
Skyrim.
Bastion.
Oh, Hotline
There-
Miami has
We
an
can talk about
amazing-
soundtracks forever.
Yeah.
I love video
Chalk
game
that
music.
up.
Oh yeah,
The
big fan of
evergreen-
music. I could go off on that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really really good, and it like everything is so charming and all. Like you kind of care about the characters by the
Yeah,
end, and I really
definitely.
didn't see that happening. I totally understand why the fan base went crazy
Mhm.
because that game has a rabid fan base that's like that takes it way too serious. They have one of those Tumblr fan bases where people are obsessed
Yeah.
and make other people hate the game because of how much they talk about it. And I
Yeah.
get it. I'm not one of those people, but I can see why that happened for that game.
That's cool to hear. I've honestly heard nothing but good things about the game, but I have gotten kind of that vibe. Like if you've heard too much about the game, you just get turned
Right.
off before even like
Yeah.
throwing it on or installing it. So I'm looking forward to playing that. I think that'll be a December to March.
It's really good.
Have your wife sit there and help you make decisions. It'll be really fun for both of you.
Probably. I could see it be engaging for another person playing along with you.
My Twitch chat loved it when I was playing. They went fucking apeshit.
And when you stream it, you do voices, and it's a good time for everybody.
Yeah. Except for when you choose the most awful on your throat for the one NPC that talks the most. Yeah. Guess who did that?
42,000 lines of dialogue.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Papyrus.
And then you realize he's a main character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't
Oh,
take
it's so good.
too long. Let's see how long it actually took me. I did the whole thing in one. I don't have Steam installed. I just installed Windows 10, so I can't do that. I think the whole thing, beginning to end, took me 13 hours because I spent just all day doing only that.
It took you 13 hours?
Yeah, well, because I beat the game and then I did the
Okay,
passive
okay.
stuff.
I
after.
thought, okay. I can check
think-
mine real fast.
Yeah, I think the first time just going through initially took me between 7 and 8.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited.
So it's not super long.
10 hours for me, actually. That's
Okay.
crazy.
It might have been closer to 10.
I don't
probably
remember
not
it
7 or
being
8.
that long. I remember it being way shorter.
Time flies.
That's
The
a
game
good
is just
thing,
that good.
yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's really, I can't recommend it enough.
It's good.
It's really
It's
good.
really good.
And like, I don't want to give anything away, but I guess there are aspects, and this is another reason I don't want to do too much more with it, but there are certain things you can do in the game that will affect every single other playthrough you do of the game, like positively or negatively. There are
Oh.
things you can do that will forever change your game,
I did not
Forever.
know that.
and you have to hack the game to get rid of it.
Genius.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's insane. That's really cool,
That's
though.
amazing.
Mhm.
That is
Yeah.
really cool.
It was really good.
I like that. Awesome.
Yeah. Steam sale.
It's on sale right now?
No, I mean I'm.
It,
gonna
it'll
wait-
be. It
Christmas
will be
sale.
on sale for the
Oh, it
Christmas
absolutely
sale.
will
There's
be.
no
I
way
think
it will be.
yeah.
I think it probably just was on sale, but
In the autumn.
I never had it for a while.
Very nice.
Put them on the list.
Solid. Anything else?
All right, Joe.
I started on Final Fantasy 13 because I want to
Okay,
finally
okay.
get through that. Um,
Nice.
I kind of hate every character except there's a dude named Saz he
Yep.
has an afro and he has a chocobo that lives in his hair.
Yeah.
I like him. I like Snow, but he's just like your typical
Yeah.
gotta
he's
go
a-
get him kind of Japanese protagonist. I like
Sure.
him though.
Mhm.
He reminds me of one of the characters from Girl Lagann, which is one of the few anime I likes. Anime I likes, you heard me. I kind of hate every single other character though. I think the plot is stupid. I wanted to give it another chance because I played it before, and I want to get through it before I really judge it. But so far,
Yeah, the first one you kind of probably could skip it and just go to the second one.
And I have that one too, but I have a hard time doing that. I have a hard time
Oh yeah. Oh
skipping
no, I totally.
sequel.
Yeah, it's a better game.
Yeah.
It really is. The story is better. The battle system is better. The mechanics are pretty much just skip that game.
That's
Just
that's
go right
what
to
I've
the
heard.
second one. Yeah,
That's what I've
just
heard. Every
Yeah.
time
Skip
Pope
all
opens
the-
his mouth, I want to skip it.
Skip all the Final Fantasy and just go straight to Legend of Dragoon.
One of these days, I'm going to get back to that game. I promise.
The
Or
best
not
game.
get back to it, but get to it because I never
Another
played
of
it.
my
when
10
it
out of
was
10
out.
games.
Is any
Other than that, I just played through Final Fantasy VII again, just as good as I remember.
'Cause it's the
I
best.
noticed a lot of quirks in translation that I didn't notice when I was younger. It's really rough and weird, but I mean, it's Final Fantasy VII. Everybody knows everything about it at this point. Don't need to say
Pretty
much.
excited about the remake of Final Fantasy.
I'm
VII,
super.
to be
I
honest.
could not possibly be more excited.
what are
Pretty
what are our chances of seeing more of it at PSX?
Probably
remake?
Let's say
very
zero.
fucking good.
I don't know. That depends. That depends. It seems like they're working on it, but they're not. It doesn't seem like they're focusing on it. It seems like they're going to
Yeah.
focus on it after 15 comes out.
I will say
I'm thinking
interested
they're
in
going to go
15.
radio silence on that until
Mhm.
maybe E3 next year.
Yeah, or I mean, they might pop something out there like first of the year just to like remind people, like, hey, this is still a thing. Like, don't forget about that back
As
there.
if anybody's going to forget.
Yeah, very true. Because the people that are paying attention to it are the people that want.
Have been
it.
paying. Yeah, they've been paying attention for 15 years.
Remember when they announced the Final Fantasy VII remake, but it wasn't a remake; it was just the
The
port.
PlayStation 2 tech demo
Yeah.
way back in the day.
Ugh, barf. So
All right,
Final-
Joe,
What?
talk about what you've been playing.
Do it.
Well, it's been Just Cause. It's been more Fallout. What else have I been playing? I don't think I've really played a whole lot else.
Lego Dimensions, do it.
I have kind of moved on, but maybe I thought about picking up a new set for Lego Dimensions. Like,
I
that's
just
what
watched
features.
Doxy's Heart break.
What's that?
I'm gonna hurt you if you move on before you stream it for me to watch. Like I will find a way to come to you and break your dreams.
All right.
I say
She'll
don't
do
do
it.
it now, just to
Don't
see if
know.
she shows up. But don't do it until till you have to move, and then make her help you move.
Yes. I will
Set.
not be streaming at the end of March. But yeah, I think that's really been it. Just Cause has taken over. It's basically bouncing between Fallout and just taking my sweet ass time. Kind of like, I don't know if I think I mentioned it, how I reviewed The Witcher, which is a massive game with a lot to find on the side and all this stuff. But I got through it for the review and then loaded a save that was like halfway through the game and just wandered, just found crap that I never would have found if I didn't just take that time. And now I'm doing that. You know, whenever I see a vault icon on my map, I head straight for it because I want to find out what kind of, like, what they were doing there because they're all fucked
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
And it's, like I said, I haven't had any trouble really with like, I'm dying.
Don't die.
I haven't had any trouble with Fallout. Now that I'm playing on PC, I just like realize that that's like how you have to play that fucking game. It's
Yeah.
so good. I really liked it on Xbox One, but I did notice like the muddy textures, and none of that has popped up. It's a good game. It's a damn good game. Played a little bit more Metal Gear, just because I wrote that gift guide that went up today, I think. Yeah, it went up this morning, and it still has me wanting to go through and like find all the weird Kojima shit. And
I
Yeah.
need to get back to that game.
it's
I started it and I didn't keep going.
it is very good. I am still concerned I'm going to get to that point where the online stuff comes in and like people can invade my base, and I'm going to get pissed off by it and just turn it off forever. That's a very genuine concern of mine, but
Yeah.
I will still try to get through it, but it's going to be a leisurely pace. It's kind of cool because I can jump back in, and that's a game where if I have been away from it, like I have since September, when I played a lot of it, now that I'm going back to it, I can still recall the story beats.
It has a story.
Metal Gear? You insane? It's got
It's
the
like all story.
badass
You know,
story.
Metal Gear has it's a really simple story. Like you could probably sum up the entire Metal Gear plot in a sentence.
Mhm.
That's what I know about Metal Gear.
Do it.
It's really simple.
It's
Stuff happens. That's the Metal Gear story. It's
Such a
It is-
cop out.
no, it is the most stuff happens series that has ever been.
It
It's the most needlessly complicated series of events. That whole series.
it really is, and each game makes everything. It's weird because the entire like synopsis of the story is essentially nuclear weapons are bad, right? And
Yeah.
but then you drill down each individual game and the time that it comes out, and there's a lot of commentary on what's going on, and that's why it's fun to play through those stories, because if you can figure out like, oh, they're not so thinly veiled, but then there's a lot to them. They're super deep, and then there's this
Yeah.
random stuff like there's lens flares with barcodes in them for old games. Like when you get the iDroid and you scan something, there's a lens flare that goes across the screen, like as a J.J. Abrams effect, you know? But they're like little vertical lines. Well, somebody stopped the frame, scanned it, and found that it was actually a UPC for an old like NES game.
What?
Yeah. Like there's just random little things, and I think I would never think to do it.
That
but
shouldn't surprise me, but it does.
right?
I played the whole series. That should not surprise me.
Why
but
would
it
they do
does.
that? Like, I don't understand why they would put that in there.
Because Hideo Kojima's a crazy person who does things exactly like that.
He does what he wants, and a lot of times they're very weird, but pretty cool little nods to other things.
You go
I was-
crazy when you're trapped in a cell 24 hours a day with
Yeah.
nothing to do but code and masturbate.
It's true.
Very, very true.
Hashtag because Kojima.
Well, and then there's other things like there's tapes you can find that are songs, right? But then there's also tapes like of a enemy saying all clear. So if you piss off a bunch of guards and then you play that tape, they will actually call off the search because they think one of their colleagues is saying like, "Oh, we're good." Or if you,
Damn, that's pretty
That's
cool.
really cool.
yeah, if you hide in the
I
porta
love those
potty,
details.
you can get a tape of a guy taking a dump, and then they won't look in the porta potty. Like,
See, and I
there's-
was impressed in Metal Gear Solid 2 when you could shoot the radios on their back and they couldn't radio for help. I thought that was the most impressive thing.
at the time, that's insane. Like,
Yeah.
I remember shooting a watermelon and having it go up, like fly apart was
Oh, yeah.
game-changing visual effects. Like,
Yeah.
Hey Joe, remember when you were playing and you fell down that staircase and died?
yeah, that was my first 30 minutes in Metal Gear 2 on that game. I did.
Or did you
oh
try
my
to
God.
dive down the stairs and it killed you?
Oh,
I
yeah, didn't you
successfully-
marathon all the old Metal Gear games?
I was going to, and then other shit came up, but I did start
Aw.
Metal Gear 2.
Yeah, it was great.
And I successfully dove down those stairs. I just didn't stick the landing. Snake, oh man, I was laughing so hard I had to like pause and put the controller down because I was crying because poor Snake just laid there. Like, oh man, good times. Good times.
I love watching Joe stream. He should do it more often.
I do. I should do it more often.
You know what you should stream?
Seems like the stupidest shit happens. You know what does? Every time I played Lego Dimensions, I accidentally run over. I get in the car as Batman and run over Wild Style repeatedly on accident. But anyway, the other thing I got that I'm actually really excited about that is my coffee table book is this, The Gamer's Bucket List.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's by a dude that writes for GameSpot named Chris Waters, and he's always been like super. I just like him because he's really positive. Like he just loves games and just likes talking to people about them. Even when he's like, "This kind of sucks," he still points out good things.
What's
and-
good about it? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not just the pessimistic, pissed off gamer.
Right.
And this is basically
Looking at you, Total Biscuit.
Is that a thing? Is that a stereotype? The pessimistic, pissed off gamer? I've never heard of
Yeah,
that
it
before.
is. Look
Oh,
at look at
No.
like I said, Total Biscuit. Look at Yahtzee Croshaw. Look at fucking there.
Can't believe you just took that question seriously.
Oh,
Oh,
I just got gotcha'd.
got
You honey
gotcha.
dicked me.
You got mad honey dicks.
Oh man, speaking of, but I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's like 2 pages per game. Speaking of a game I need remade or a sequel to.
Fucking Red Dead. No.
That game, oh my
Hashtag
God.
Wild Wild West MMO.
Red Dead Redemption is one of the best games I've ever played, and it's never going to be remade, and it breaks my heart. It's never going to be ported. It's never going to be remade. All I have is my memories.
You really don't think so? You really
Nope.
don't think anybody's ever gonna go back and look at this like treasured game?
I don't. I
if
think
it hasn't
that
been done by now, maybe not.
I think that there is a chance of a sequel. I think Rockstar may make a sequel. From what I've heard, and I don't even remember where I've heard this or how accurate it is, the the process of making that game was the biggest mess of code that is completely impossible to port because it's like it runs on ghosts and magic.
Yeah.
And a remake is just not. It's not Rockstar's style. Like they'll
Yeah.
make a sequel maybe, but I don't think it's ever going to be ported or remade.
I just want to throw this out there. One of the best titles of a video game ever. By the way, Red Dead Redemption. That is just a satisfying title.
It's funny because I remember when Red Dead Revolver came out and I was like, that's dumb. I don't think that's very. I think that's
I
a
like
stupid
it.
title.
I like
and then
it.
Red Dead Redemption came out and I didn't think the same thing. I thought it was a great title for what it was.
I think both of them are fucking A++.
Yeah, I remember just riding a horse through that fucking beautiful game. Like on that generation, I thought it couldn't get prettier, and I still think it's one of the most gorgeous.
Yeah,
games ever made.
I don't know honestly if it did get prettier. I honestly think that was the best looking game of that generation.
Mm-hmm. And
maybe I can't think of anything else.
There are still moments where, shocker, I live in Colorado, but it's there's like landscape out here that looks like Castle Rock is like 15 minutes away from me, and there are landscapes that are identical to that game, and I'll be walking around, or like we go for a hike, and I think I'm in that game and want to start shooting things, but Rockstar, make that happen,
please.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The game, not shooting things.
Yeah, whatever it takes.
We've got enough of that.
I'm on board. Fine, I trust you.
But yeah, I haven't really played much else. Just Cause is, what I'll be working on probably when I get spare time, and I will probably say that and then spend more time in Fallout. It's gonna be it. That's it.
So it's December's 4, Fallout.
It's true.
And
It's
lots
very
of
true.
spaghetti.
Also that.
Spaghetti is a good cold weather food. I'm craving it, so I had to say it. I'm sorry.
I think
I'm a
lasagna's a better
cartoon
cold weather
character.
food.
I'm sorry.
But
Oh,
spaghetti's
I'm
easier to make.
You guys are insane. It's chili is the only answer.
Chili
Obviously,
is really good
chili
too,
is
but
on the list. Obviously, but
it gets old faster than spaghetti.
if I had a
does.
choice between chili and lasagna.
What are you?
You know, Doxy, here in
I do hate
Cincinnati, they
Mondays.
put chili on spaghetti.
Ooh, what?
Gross.
Where? Who does this?
I'd try it. I don't care. I'd try it. It's probably good.
Here in Cincinnati, they put their chili on spaghetti noodles.
Oh, just on this. Okay, I was thinking
Oh.
like full on fucking spaghetti with like
Yeah.
Oh, no,
ground
just
chuck and
spaghetti.
fucking okay.
No,
I
yeah,
put
that-
corn
yeah,
in my
I've had
spaghetti,
that.
so
when
Yeah,
when I say spaghetti, I
weirdo.
mean noodles, spaghetti noodles.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, my grandpa's from Cincinnati. I've had that a bunch.
It's
That's like
terrible.
seriously.
It's terrible. It's horrible.
It's
First of all, number one, they boil the meat as opposed to fry it up. Number two, the sauce has like cinnamon and cocoa powder
Gross.
in it.
Oh, why?
It's terrible. It's just
dessert
awful.
meat sauce.
It's interesting.
It's horrible. It's the
Good
most
God.
horrible stuff.
Well, on that,
Cincinnati is just the most depressing place.
It kind of is. It kind of is.
on that horribly depressing note, I think we've got a show.
Yeah, yeah.
That wraps it up.
We did it.
Man. So, why don't we start with you, CKD? Jesus, CKD.
Sea kitty.
CKD. Where can we
Hashtag
find
CKD.
you?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm at Commodore KD. I'm an artist. That's kind of all I do. That's my links.
No, give them your Twitch and your Tumblr.
I don't know them off the top of my head though. I honestly
See what
don't.
she does to us?
It's true. I'm the worst.
I honestly don't remember my usernames for either of those things. But you can find them if you go to my Twitter.
Yeah, we will. We'll put those in the description. Faux show, Brian.
Sure, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch as Quiglin. That's Quiglin.
Nice. And Doxy.
That is shit.
I am Zero Doxy. I like butts and farting. You can find me at youtube.com/ZER0DOXY. You can find me at twitch.tv/ZER0DOXY and twitter.com/ZERODOXY.
Nice. We're getting pretty
Well
good
done.
at this.
Yeah. Last week it was a disaster for me though. Let's be real.
It's rough.
When you tried to combine them.
Tried to mix it up. It didn't work out.
The
It
show
didn't
is
work
the
out.
definition of peaks and valleys.
Joe, what about you?
I'm Joe. You can find me in Colorado, like I said. That's it. off the grid.
He's
no,
just
Just
in
to
Colorado.
wander around Colorado
Yeah,
yelling,
just-
Joe!
When you're in the wilderness and you see some stuff, it looks like Red Dead Redemption. You're about
getting
15.
close,
You're,
yeah.
you're 15 to 20 minutes from Joe.
yeah,
Some
exactly.
say if you listen real close to the wind, you can still hear him.
Twitter.com/Joe_McAllister. We'll see if I stream. Twitch.tv/Joe McAllister. I think we decided, right? I can screw it. You'll figure it out.
No
One
one's
works.
watching you anyway.
One doesn't. The last name is MCCALLISTER. That should do it. You can find us at twitter.com/Homerow Podcast, youtube.com. Help us get our vanity link. Subscribe, tell all your friends. We're
Please.
still doing our contest. We are still adding things to the bucket. We will likely get a big list together at some point. I didn't tell you guys this before, but we're going to try and get a list of everything we're throwing in there so you can see that we mean it and that we love you. So sub, tell your friends, contest for lots of fun stuff across all platforms. We've got PS4 games. I can tell you I picked up the Telltale collection for PS4. That is in the bucket. It's all yours. Twitter.com.
Email.
/Homerow.
Cough, email.
Podcast.
I already, Homerow Podcast, right? Homerow Podcast at gmail.com is how you can get to us, give us feedback if you'd like, and let us know if you have ideas for upcoming shows or other things. You can also find us
We
on
also have a
Twitch.
Discord.
We do have a Discord. The link will be in the description. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, we also have our twitch.tv/Homerow Podcast where you can find us for a live show this month. We will likely be doing it this month. We still don't know. It's going to be in the next 2 weeks. Anyway,
One of the next 2 weeks.
so yeah, we'll probably be dipping into some evergreen topics. So please do send your ideas over, tweet them, send them in. We love you. So for everybody joining us tonight, we love you very much. Homerow Podcast. See you next time.
Oh.